What's up, guys? How's it going, everybody? My name's Blitzwinger, ladies and gents. Welcome back to a brand new customs video, and today we're gonna go on ahead and pit the variation or the costume that fought this guy. Of course, last time we did build a Doctor Octopus, aka Doctor Octopus. Thank you guys for the support on that video. Of course, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a really cool guide of how to build in what I think is the best version of the PS4 Otto Octavius in Lego form. Today we're going to go on ahead and attempt to do a similar feat, but we're going to go on ahead and essentially try to build the anti-Ock suit that we see in that same game. So of course, when you go to battle Dr. Otto Octavius in the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 video game, at one point Spider-Man dons on a brand new outfit known as the anti-Ock suit, aka the anti-Otto Octavius suit. So that is exactly what we are going to go on ahead and attempt to build here today. Of course, don't forget, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, please consider hitting that like button. That's always very highly appreciated. So thank you guys so very much for that support. And of course, in addition to that, I do or would love to go on ahead and see you guys hit that like button. That would be much appreciated. Okay, so so we need to, I guess the first thing we'll do is remove the weapon from our previous design, which was Dwayne Johnson from the Hobbs and Shaw movie. And now we're going to go on ahead and get to building. Okay, so I'm trying to think ahead as far as the costume and the design and all that. The most difficult aspects of this character are definitely going to be the yellow and like the black parts of the costume are pretty simplistic because it's basically all just a black outfit except for the yellow parts of the costume. So we're going to need to design that. But then the other thing that I would like to do is, if possible, add a little bit of texturing into those designs so that they don't just all come off very stale. Okay, so I guess the first thing we'll do is just change that to black because there's really no worries there. Now, for the arms, let's first take a look at what is available there as far as like other options. So again, keep in mind, we would not mind using something that almost has a bit of a plated look. I think that something like this would even work, so that's not a terrible option. Ooh, you know what I would... where's that? I forget where... Okay, I guess first of all this. Nope, never mind. That's not look great. Let's keep scrolling. Because again, as much as I do want to have the plated look, we can't just have like a bunch of other colors in the design. That would not be good. So we do want to keep a lookout for that. That's not going to work. Although that could be cool for like big time Spider-Man. If we ever design that suit, that could be kind of a cool take on that. Now, let's keep scrolling. Let's see what else we could come across here. I wonder... Oh, no, because this only repaints half. This would have worked really nicely if it repainted the entirety of the arm, but it does not, so unfortunately can't really use that. Let's keep scrolling. What about this? Okay. That's sort of interesting. It's not super accurate, but sort of interesting. Okay, same thing goes for that. Let's see. Wait, what's... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what's so interesting about that pair of arms? It literally looks like regular arms. Okay, so that works because it gives us the plating look, and luckily the dark green on the arms is so dark that you can't really see it. So I think that works as a really good possibility here. I wonder what this would look like. No, that is a little bit too much of a gray overall coloring on top of that. So that won't work. I guess in theory we could use something like this as well, but again, I just don't think it's quite as accurate. So I guess we have kind of two options. One would be way more simplistic, and that is just to go just with the plain black. But I really do think that adding a little bit of that green will work well. So I think that will create the right kind of highlights in the suit that we're trying to emulate, sort of. So I think that should work quite nicely. Now, From there, I guess let's proceed to the other easier sections, like the hip piece just remains black. The leg piece. Okay, so for the legs, we can go kind of two different ways. Number one would be, again, just plain black like that, which, again, not necessarily a bad thing, but let's see what we could come up with. Something like this. Ooh, man. Ay, ay, ay. That would have been cool if it recolored the entirety of the boots and all that. That would have been quite cool, but unfortunately that did not work. So let's carry on. I guess something like that kind of could work, but not really. I wonder what repaints on this. Okay. It's the upper part of the legs. I was hoping it'd be the boots that get color swapped on that, because if it were, or if they were, that would have been really, really nice for us to get a good look for this costume. I think that would work decently well here. But again, I feel like introducing too much of the gray design kind of takes away from the overall look as well. I think that works because, again, it gives us that plating look that we're trying to emulate. Because it really is an armor. Like, the weird thing about the Anti-Ox spider suit is that it really is more like an armor than a suit. At least in the game, it looks much more metallic and such. It doesn't look like it's a fabric. It looks more like a metal, almost like Iron Man type outfit. So that's what we're trying to sort of emulate here. So I like that look. I think that looks pretty cool. And I guess maybe something like this would work as well. But again, I feel like the lines and all that kind of breaks up the pattern a bit much. Wonder what recolors on this. Nope, not what we wanted. Okay, so I think based on that, I think we'll stick with this because at least it's a little bit nicer than just the plain black. It gives us a little bit more detail in the costume. Okay, so let's proceed to the headpiece because I know that will be a tough one to figure out here. So ideally what we want is the majority of the face should be just plain black. I wonder, do they have the face? Okay, so they do have the face expression where it's just done up like this. So that kind of could work. The problem is, of course, that the eyes should be way bigger and they should be yellow. So that kind of gets us to the right sort of look, but not really, of course. Nope, that won't work. And that would be kind of a visor, more so than two separated eyes for Spidey. So let's take a look at some of our presets and see if there's anything better in the preset selection. So something like this. That works decently well, but not excellent. I think that looks pretty cool. I wish the eyes on this were a little bit bigger, but I think that it looks pretty decent. Like, we would want the eyes to be almost like the size of the goggles on the Batwoman costume here. Like, I think that would look really, really cool, but regardless, let's keep scrolling and see if we could possibly maybe find something better. So maybe I wonder what never mind. I was like, I wonder what that would. I'm like, nope, never mind. Forget about it. Forget about it. Never mind. Actually, you know what I just realized? This guy would make for an awesome Ghost Rider custom, by the way. You could really knock that out of the park. It'd be really cool. But regardless, let's stay focused on the task at hand. We're building Spider-Man, not Ghost Rider. So let's keep scrolling. So far, unfortunately, there's literally been one option that looked good, and that was the Ares helmet. Everything else seems like it's going to be inaccurate. Oh, yoy. I wonder. Okay. That's sort of interesting. It kind of looks decent, but not all that great, unfortunately. Let's keep scrolling. Oh, wow. Okay. That's that. Okay, well, I guess based on all of that, it sort of means that we have to use the Ares look. That's the closest that we are most likely going to get. And now comes probably the most difficult part of this design, and that is the torso. Because I have no idea how we could possibly make this work. I guess, well, the first thought, I literally just thought of something. We could go literally the route of something like this. And that would be to repaint this to be... It's almost like I feel it has to be orange because of the design. So it'd be like yellow and then... put on a decal. I don't know which decal would work here. We want ideally the decal to be kind of resembling that spider logo that obviously Spider-Man would be known for. So we'll see what looks the most spider-esque. I mean, that's not terrible looking. I mean, it doesn't work exceptionally well. I wonder if maybe the question mark. Nope. This. I feel like we need kind of like a wide pattern, but again, when you go too wide on the pattern, that kind of looks decent, honestly. And okay, that sort of could work, actually. Because it's somewhat like a spider with all the, you know, snowflake arms sticking out and all that. Kind of works. So that's an option. Now, if we don't like that option, let's see what we could possibly come up with the preset torsos. Because that would be obviously another variable here. So let's see. Okay, that looks interesting. That's code name for not great. I wonder... No, this will probably... Yeah, I'm going to say, I wonder if that would actually look decent. It doesn't, unfortunately, but I figured we would try that. I don't think that looks particularly great either. So we're just going to scroll through and see if there's anything more accurate. And if not, we're going to go the route that we came up with the custom torso. Because ideally, this is kind of the key element with this costume, is to figure out how to have the spider logo on the chest. I wonder... Okay. I mean, I guess that one is kind of decent too, but he doesn't have a giant yellow belt, so that's why I'm not a huge fan of that design. Ooh. Okay, so again, same problem as the giant belt issue that we had just discussed a second ago. It's the same exact issue here. But I will say that this one does look kind of decent with just the pattern. The yellow pattern that you get on the costume does look really, really quite cool. So that's an option there. Wonder what this would look like. That's kind of an interesting look too. It's really an inverse to what it's supposed to be. Like the yellow part should be on the upper half of the torso, not the lower half. But it kind of looks interesting. So maybe if you guys like that look, you can go on ahead and attempt that one. Okay. I'm really not seeing much here as far as options. Ooh, what about the Booster Gold torso? That's okay too. Okay, so I think based on all that we're seeing here, I think that looks pretty decent too, actually. It's just the blue is a bit unfortunate that it's there, because if it wasn't, it would look much, much cooler. But, you know, I guess it is what it is. I wonder what this looks like. Oh, wow. Okay. That actually looks super cool, but fortunately not really for this particular look. Okay, so we can kind of go a couple of different routes here. So if you want just something that sort of looks cool, I think that the best options that... Actually, let's see. What does this look like? That looks pretty decent too. So I would say that I really did like the way that the... I think this looks cool. Like aesthetically speaking. I think that looks neat. I think that this looks neat. But again, you're kind of sacrificing a lot of accuracy for that. So I don't think it's as good. I think this is the best kind of balance between accuracy and looks good. I would say this. But I would say that overall, if we're going just for like a complete look of accuracy and just overall look, I'm trying to decide here on the color. I think that looks good. As does that. Again, we could go the snowflake as well. I think that the snowflake look kind of works well, sort of. But I don't know why, honestly, for some reason, maybe it's just the wideness of the logo and everything. I really think that this looks the most accurate of the bunch. So that's why we're going to go with that. So, with that in mind, I guess that is the look of our character. An absolutely crazy design. Seriously, it was honestly quite difficult to figure out how we could possibly get this character to be accurate, because it's just a very tough character to go on ahead and design properly. So I would say that, especially in Lego DC, so I'd say that I am happy with the results, considering how difficult a character like this to make in the game is. But I don't know what is up with the weird, like, hopping animation. Maybe that's just because we picked the Trickster. That looks actually really hilarious, because he actually looks like a villainous Spider-Man now. But what I would say is that overall, still pretty happy with the result. Within the limits of the game, I think we did do a pretty good job. And I think that he would fare very well, especially when we place him next to Doctor Octopus. I think the two of them really side by side work super duper well. Although I will say that in this case, it almost looks like Spider-Man is the villain, which I guess from the perspective of Otto Octavius, that would be the case, just based on the fact that he does look a lot more villainous than Doctor Octopus turned out to be. But regardless, let me know what you guys think of the design. If you guys can go on ahead and come up with this design to look better, more accurate within this game, let me know by sharing that over on Twitter or Instagram at Blitzwinger. Of course, thank you guys so very much for watching. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you all later. Alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.